Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello everyone, hello world. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen. As Patreon is getting more steam, with my vegan chili, I'll be here on YouTube explaining the contents. Without any further ado, let's get to it. I've already started. What I want to do on a medium-high heat in 4 cups of water, I want to pressure boil the beans. What that does is it brings this impurity to the surface that I get to sieve out before I use the rest of my ingredients into the beans that I will boil even longer for almost 3 hours. As far as the rest of the ingredients go, I try to make a marinara sauce. Not exactly a marinara sauce, closer to a savory sauce. This is what makes the flavor of the beans. I will sizzle into my saute pan sliced mushroom and chopped spinach. While this is going on, I will be hand blending 2 to 3 plum tomatoes, 1 red bell pepper, and a yellow onion.
C'est la capoeira. Yes.
Did you think this mushroom kind of looked a little suspect? Because I did. So I'm going to wash them before we start hitting the saute pan.
C'est la capoeira. Yes.
This is the fun part. We get to hit the saute pan. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my fire to a medium-high heat. I keep all my cooking at a medium-high heat because there's a lot of things going on around me that I want to be able to do. So first thing first, I'm going to sizzle the beans. I'm going to throw the beans. I'm not even adding any oil because the mushroom. Right about now, this is not a bad time to start cleaning around. I want to be able to enjoy my food and not have to get up again unless I have to do some minimal things like putting my dishes away after I'm done eating and enjoying my food. So I'm going to get to cleaning. Yeah, see, now the beans have really started to lose their water. I also cook with a lot of sake because when things burn, to give an extra seasoning and at the same time continue to the cooking instead of using water, which really gets which is the whole thing that I've been trying to get rid of, I use sake. Which brings all that burnt from the bottom of the pan back up And just as I would with oil, it still removes all that bottom stuff. At this point, I can already tell you if my beans are gonna come out better than the last one I made, worse or the same than the beans I've already made in the past. Right now, I feel pretty comfortable, and I think it's gonna come out even better. I'm gonna let this lose a little bit more water before I add the tomato. So let's get back to cleaning now, huh? Everything looks really good right now. And they've really spent enough time with the fire. So now I add the sauce. There we go. I'm going to use like a crock pot cover and try to make a seal on it. Now, while it's going to be heating, it's going to even get some water that's going to fall back into it. It's going to steam, and it's actually going to give me more water. So I went to the store. Hopefully I didn't go for too long. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so we lost a lot of water everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is, the good thing is the beans, the mixture did not burn. So that's good. That's really good. It didn't burn. I can mix that right into my beans without any issues. And there's still some water in the beans. Remember how I said this is actually going to come out better than what I've did before, or actually I felt pretty neutral? Well, there's why. Because not usually my beans come out with more sauce, and there isn't any more. There's less sauce here, but the procedure was the same. So I think there's going to be more flavor. Less sauce, more flavor. I'm gonna add this vinegar that I went and got, and olive oil. I went and got olive oil. I realized I didn't have any olive oil later, and what I do with olive oil is I put it into the beans because I think it gives. It's a nice flavor to have inside of the beans, and that's how I would actually boil it, with just the beans, the water, and some olive oil. Now I just got the olive oil. I'm gonna add the olive oil in. What the vinegar does is it brings everything together. When it cools down, it becomes a little bit more chunky, which would be the only thing I'll be worried about. Is when it's going to be cooled down, it's going to be a little bit more blocky than it is right now. So before I keep the fire burning any longer, I want to see if my beans are soft enough. Yes they are. So that right there, tell me I can turn the fire off. Everything that I left from this point forth is add my seasoning. I might add some red pepper to make it a little hot. It was lacking some salt. I'm gonna add more all-purpose seasoning in. And just a little bit more salt. So the stove is off, the fire is off. Let's try this. Before I serve this to anyone, I gotta make sure it's good. I gotta be able to eat it myself. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's right about. The only thing about this I would say though is when I added the olive oil, like I said, I boiled the beans with the olive oil. I added the olive oil at the end, so the taste is stronger now than it usually is. Anyways, the flavors are really good. Are really good. When I make this, there's always something different that happens. I went to the store. I went to the store longer because the store is further now than before. So I had less juices. Anyways, I think that gave a certain flavor that I'm not accustomed to. I added more salt later on. Usually I wouldn't do that. I would actually do it while it's still cooking. The beans right now are softer than I've ever had my beans when I make this. So is this still the vegan chili by using the tomato, the pepper, the onion, the spinach, and the mushroom? Yes. The flavors, I'm proud of myself. I will serve this to you, and I know you will like it because it was the simple fact that the beans are softer than the one I've made it before. I'm so happy about this. I know you will like it because my past beans also had success. Thanks for watching. Like my video. Subscribe to my Patreon to have some exclusive footage, to find this recipe that you can make for yourself, and other perks you might enjoy and you might like to be part of. See ya.